Good evening, friends. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Pretty excited about tonight's guest and to have her on. First, I want to do some housekeeping, though. We're going to talk about some events that we have coming up pretty quick. First one, we are doing trivia night this Saturday with Haunted Souls, and it is going to be a fantastic, fun time. There's some spots left. Starts at 7, I believe, and it is an open bar and just fun. And it's for the dogs. I mean, it's for Paw Stoppers Stray and Rescue out of St. Louis. It's going to be an amazing time. If you guys are interested, you have a spot there. Come on out and join us. Honestly, just come on. It's not just paranormal, it's other trivia too. So we expect to have a good time and just laugh with all of the teams, Haunted Souls and um Spooky Dookie, Night Owls Paranormal, all of our friends. We're gonna be there. So come join us. It's gonna be a good time. Second thing we have coming up, and July 24th and 25th. It is Ray County Museum Friday night, and then the Glore Psychiatric building. I believe it's the building in the museum. So, and that is Saturday night, and you can go to both of those events for just $100, which is phenomenal. So come see us, come have a good time, get your tickets. You're not going to beat those prices. That's just the way it is, folks. I mean, $50 per place for that many hours in such great locations is just unheard of. So come out, have fun. It's going to be good. Um, I don't think there was one other one. So with that, I'm going to go to who is in our chat and say hello. The raffle. How could I forget the raffle? Thank you, Eric, my behind the scenes. Raffle tickets for Ashmore Estates, $20, and you can get a chance to win the investigation and 2 t-shirts. I honestly, they're gonna sell them until they're gone. It's 200 for $20. Why not? And all of these go to help out Ashmore Estates with their building. If you guys didn't hear, they got hit with a tornado, not head on, but still their building took a lot of damage and they are working on getting that fixed up and they need all the help they can get. Our friends over at Offbeat did a wonderful T-shirt for them. So Haunted Souls thought, what better way than to do this raffle and help them out and get some money going their way so they can get their building fixed up. So go to hauntedsouls.com, and I think it's hauntedsouls.com. Yeah, it is right there in front of me. Hauntedsouls.com. Get your ticket, get your raffle ticket for a chance to win. $20 is phenomenal. So with that, I'm going to say hello to our friends in the chat. Quite a few people here. Lazarus, hello. Conspiracy Archives. I'm so excited. Hello. Hello, Teresa. Ozarks Paranormal. Hello, Danny. Our friends at the Haunted Commercial, Teresa and Rob. Thanks for joining. Let's see. ESP Paranormal Couple. Eric and Sarah, hello, hello. Dukers is in here. Hello. Thanks for joining. Let me see. Mama Drews. Hello, Mama Drews. Hope you are quick, quick recovery. I've broken my ankle. I'm so sorry. I just looked at it and it felt like pain. I know. Natalie, Mrs. Dukers. Hello, Tim. Thanks for coming in. Charlotte, hello, hello. Papa Drews, there you are. Thanks for coming on. All my friends, all my friends here. Hello, everyone saying hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. I think I got everyone. Let me see. I think I'm on. Okay. All right. With that, we're going to bring on Katie. Katie Heflin. She is the owner of the Windyville General Store. And we're going to bring her on and hear about how she came about the Wendy's store. I can't talk tonight. The general store and why she wanted it. So, without further ado, there she is. Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. Thanks for joining. I'm all tongue-tied tonight. I got so much going on.
Sure.
Thanks for coming on. Um, why don't you tell everyone, introduce yourself, um, and what's your connection with the store? We know you're the owner, but I saw a little post the other day about how it's been almost 10 years, or it has been 10 years.
Yes. We purchased it back in 2015, and I kind of fell in love with the store when I was a kid. My parents would drag us down from to Bennett Springs from Kansas City all the time camping. And so I would look up the names of the little towns, and I looked up Windyville and found all the ghost stories. And so that's what originally intrigued me to go to the town. And then I found the store, and I was just mesmerized with it, and never thought I would ever be able to afford anything like that. And then years and years later, it ended up I was searching for another business location for a different business I own, and found it for sale, and it was a good deal. Or so I thought, and so ran out and looked at it and purchased it and got a contract that day, and then came to find out it was two of the walls, the back wall and then what would be the west wall, were buckled real bad, and it was about to come down. So we had to do a
Mm,
total restoration on it to save it.
mm. So Windyville, it's kind of it's earned its nickname of Spookyville, right? Like for many years, people
Right.
have called it Spookyville. So when you were looking at it back in like 2015, you were like, "This is the one." Did you think that it was? Did you know that it was haunted when you were like, "This is the one. This is what I want."
Oh yeah, yeah. I had read all the ghost stories about it, and of course, as a teenager, when we would come down camping, if we caught our trout limit, my dad would let us take the car and go running around back there in the afternoon. So we would go back there and do ghost hunting, and the back when digital cameras very first came out, and just snapping random pictures on the roads, and I mean, we would get things that looked like silhouettes of people and tons of orbs and all the things back in the day, and that's what I mean, kind of got us interested in it, I guess, to start with. But there's,
Mm.
I mean, a long going history with the ghost stories with Wendyville for sure.
Can you did you know the history of the store like when you first bought it though, like from the owners on? Do you know like just a general like when it started and like how many different owners it's had?
Well, we believe the original one was around 1915, and a man named America Healy Bennett owned it and started it, and it was a smaller shack, and he called it the Slap Out Store. And then um, it had been sold to other people, and then whether they lost it or foreclosed or whatever happened, he ended up coming back and purchasing it back again and owning it for a period of time until 1920. And then in 1920 he sold it to Herbert Scott, and Herbert Scott's the one that expanded the store into what it is now. And I believe I was told the late 40s he added on what we call the post office side, where the bedrooms currently are now. And then they had a tomato canning factory him and his brother did out back, and um, so that's kind of where the store got started. And it was just like, your community store where people went to do flour and sugar and whatever staples they needed. And then but it was also kind of where everybody went to, get their gossip or town news. And then during Republican administrations, the post office would be in our building, and then during Democrat administrations, it would be across the street in the Henry Day store. And so those two, one was known as a Democrat store, one was known as a Republican store,
Republican.
and the two store owners supposedly would fight and call and cancel each other's orders, and it was kind of comical. But a lot of neat history to the town, and I mean, everybody has stories. A lot of the older generation would come in and tell us, that because the schoolhouse had only been 4 doors down and across the road, so they remember walking up to the school and having like 15-cent bologna sandwiches and knee-high sodas and things back in the day. So when we opened, we did the 15-cent bologna sandwich with
Mhm.
any purchase, just to kind of let people relive that. And it was fun, and they really did enjoy that. The older group that came did, for sure.
Oh,
But
I'm
they all
sure.
had good memories of the store, as far as that goes. But I mean, there's definitely been a lot of haunted type situations too.
For sure, and we will definitely get into that. So,
Yeah.
back in the day, Windyville was like this booming town though, right? It wasn't just what you see today with like it's like, you pull in and it's like a ghost town. Can
No,
you
they
even
had
live
a
there
great
really?
kind of where the store is, like across the way there was a grist mill. They had a horseshoe. Who makes the horseshoes? What are they called? Like the metalsmith or whatever.
Blacksmith?
Um yes,
Okay.
blacksmith. And then behind the store, of course, they had the tomato canning factory, and it was pretty successful. And a lot of community women would work there. When the kids would go to school, they would go up and peel buckets of tomatoes all day long. And the store, always let people run a store tab. So, the people who did crops might not have money, and they'd let them run a tab for so long, and then they'd pay it off. And so we always would let our guests do that, and they would get a little store tab, and they could buy whatever they wanted at night.
Mhm.
We did the honor system. So it was kind of fun.
I love that. The first time we went, it was like that, in 2023 when we came in and, just write down what you take and leave the money for it, and I was like, "This is so cool."
Yeah,
This is so
it
cool.
was
Love
fun.
that. So, speaking of, and I see some of the folks in the comments talking about, some of the things that are going on, when we're definitely gonna get to some of these comments, believe me. But I didn't wanna just start with right off the flip with those. Yeah, so are there any original pieces in the store that you kept when you did the remodel and when you had to basically fix those walls? I know that.
Oh, yeah, the signs, the big ice cream sign, great big. This is like Meadowview ice cream and Joy the Great American dessert. And there's a fire chief sign, and then some specific ones to Herbert Scott for Star Brand shoes, where they put his name on them. Those were all in the layers of the walls when we did the remodel. And then when we did it, we tried to recycle everything we could back into the building. So, like, the original roof is now the ceiling in the store. What was the ceiling in the store? The whiteboards. A lot of those were rotten from just years of roof
Mhm,
leaking and
mhm.
damage. So we salvaged what we could, and we had just enough that we could do the interior bathroom walls out of those. So the bathroom walls are pretty rustic looking. And then the ceiling that was all on the post office side or in the bathrooms. Now we only had enough to save to do those. But the wood that lines the outside of the bathrooms and all down the hallway, that dark wood is the original siding to the building and what was under the layers of stucco and all of that. So
Very
we
cool.
tried to recycle everything we could, put it back in, and then just build it up and make it better with all new plumbing, all new electric, and restudying it to make it stronger.
It's beautiful. You did a phenomenal job. It's very, very, it's very nice in there, and I know at one time you had, like, an Airbnb type situation where you could go in and rent the rooms. So, and I love that. Any plans, real quick, of ever that bringing that back, do you think?
Well, long story short, I had a surprise baby in 2019. So we had opened it in 18, had a baby in 19, and with my other jobs, it was just too much to
Yes,
run it all.
right on.
Probably when he gets a little older, I'll get back into it again. But for
Yeah,
right now, I mean, we just do the paranormal groups and use it as a family property mostly.
right on, right on. No, I love it. It's good. Oh, one more. Tell us about the bar because you got the bar back, right? That's in the store with the cash register.
Oh, yeah, well, we got two things. We got the bar and then the original sign. So the bar had been sold off by some people who should not have sold it years ago. And I tracked it down through a Facebook post and knew it was at a t-shirt shop in Hollister. And long story short, they let me buy it back for $2,000. So I got it back and brought it
There
back. So it should never leave that store again.
you
And
No.
then the gentleman across the road, who is the one who wrote a lot of the original Wendyville ghost stories, he had actually salvaged the original sign from back when Herbert Scott owned it in 1920 off the building when someone was doing a remodel in the 80s or 90s. And they were going to just scrap it. And they told him if he wanted it, he could have it for $60. And he thought that was absolutely outlandish to pay for that. And it wasn't worth that. And
Mm,
so he was like, but if you want it, and you'd like to have that in your store, I'll sell it to you for what I paid for it. That 60. And I've never run to an ATM so fast in my life to get that sign.
oh,
I
yes.
think my heart raced the whole time, but yeah, we got it. And so we hang it inside, kind
Yeah.
of just so it'll always be there in a part of the building.
Yes, absolutely. Um, so here's a question. Do you think the School of Metaphysics has anything to do with the paranormal? So the School of Metaphysics is down the road. How far do you think it is? About a mile or two?
Oh, 2.5 miles, maybe,
Two and a half.
maybe 2 miles. Do I think they have anything to do with what? The paranormal stuff?
Yes. Do you think that the school being there, the metaphysics school, has anything to do with the paranormal that happens there at the store?
I think they're there because of the ley lines. I think
Mhm,
that's why they chose there. And I think there's probably a lot more to ley lines than what the average person realizes. And so,
mhm.
yeah, there's a reason. There's definitely a reason they're there, and that they've chosen that for their world headquarters for sure.
I would tend to agree with you, Katie, for sure. Um, so many visitors, investigators describe it and the activity in the store and the cannery. Do you think there's more activity in the store or the cannery right behind?
Ooh, well, I don't go hang out in the cannery. There's bats in there. So, I mean, I've gone down there a couple times, but I'd say the store for sure. I mean,
Store.
the store, you're gonna hear the footsteps at night, and um, I mean, yeah, definitely the store. I've had grown men that you'd be afraid of, if you ever saw them
Hmm.
run out of that store at night. So yeah, I'd say the store for sure.
The store. So
Hmm.
what about the woods? Do you think there's more activity in the woods or in the store?
Now, I've had some friends that came down and they were seeing shadow people and stuff in the woods. And I've had kids say that they'll talk about a little boy that's calling for their mom, and but there's no kid when the adults go, look, we can't find him. But I mean, kids will swear they hear him. And supposedly they've seen glimpses of him back by the woods. So I
Hmm.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And here's another one. Could there be anything with the land? Oh, it's definitely, Kyle, it's definitely the land that I think plays a big part of the paranormal in that in the store and just in the area itself for sure.
If you pull
Um,
up the fault lines, like there's two fault lines that run perfectly parallel to the store on each side of it. And so when you get looking at some of those things like on Geostrat, you can understand why they're there when you kind of dig into it a little bit more.
For sure. For sure. Conspiracy Archives that says leave candy for him. We in our last investigation there, we actually did get out some suckers and some candy for the child spirit that we thought was there. And we don't know if his name is Billy or if because Billy came through the spirit box more than once, or if it's that lovely doll that Katie has up on that shelf over there in the corner.
Yeah, I sure don't.
uh, yeah, Billy. We call him Billy too.
Yeah,
We're just calling Billy. So,
it's
uh,
creepy.
absolutely. What's it been like for you having investigators, paranormal investigators, want to come into the store all of these years? I mean, I know that you believe and you've done your own investigations. What's it personally feel like though to think that other people want to come to your location to investigate?
Oh, I'm happy for him. I mean, that was the whole reason we got it, is because the whole thing about that store was everybody wanted to see it for years, and that's why everybody kept breaking into it, because that's what they wanted
Mm,
to do. And there's no reason for them all to keep getting in trouble. If you can give somebody a legal way where they can go see it, then let's do it the right
right.
way, and we can do it. Let's do it and make it safe where people can come. So, and it was a hazard before to have people in there before, but it's significantly, better now. But um,
For sure.
I don't know.
And we're happy. We're very happy that you said, okay, yes, come.
Yeah, we like the groups. We have fun with it. I mean, I like to hear what they get and see. I just don't have a lot of time to go tinker with stuff, but when they get stuff, I get excited. I'm like, that's really neat.
Speaking of, so we went there in July of 2023. Um, Windyville General Store was the first location that PPC booked as a team, and we just had our birthday, so we thought, how fitting would it be to have Katie on and talk about the Windyville General Store as part of our birthday celebration. And we didn't get a whole lot of activity in July of 2023. But one of the most memorable things is that was where Eric was reading, where you have like the tabs on display in the hallway there, where he was looking at some of the people's tabs on the wall and felt someone come up and grab him on the shoulder and kind of pull him backwards. And yeah, and I was like, okay. Well, and we, of course, back then we were still green. We didn't have it on camera. It was just one of those holy shit moments,
Yeah.
because you always remember the first time you get touched. Um, but when we came back this time, we had a completely different experience. So we have a couple clips from the video that we put out, and I think we're going to play a couple of those. Katie, you've seen them. I sent them to you because I wanted to see what your thoughts were. But the first one is we had just one outside because we had some crazy stuff going down in that store. It sounded like someone had banged on the windows and something was on the roof. So we had just walked outside. So Eric, if you want to play this one where we caught this EVP that we still can't explain.
Get your. I got a knife out. It's out and it's open.
Yeah, so to this day, I can hear the singing. I just still am undecided on what, if it's a jingle, like, in like an old time jingle, or if it's what I first thought it said, which was "F you, bitch, go away," which I'm still.
Could be.
I I don't know. I don't know, but I could tell you this: we've never caught anything like that ever anywhere else. Have you? What do you remember what you thought it said, Katie?
Um, so it reminds me of like this rhyme, like kind of like a maybe an almost like a nursery rhyme my grandmother used to sing. And it was about a little boy who didn't have a home. But I remember in that song, it kind of goes like that. And it was a place they all could go. And
Oh.
that reminded me of that, is what came to
Oh.
mind when I heard it. But, and it kind of reminded me of that 40s type singing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. That's the only thing I could ever think of with it. But I have no idea. I have no idea. It's weird.
So I'm sorry, Haunted Souls popped on here and said, "What the F is wrong with Wendyville?"
A lot, man.
So yeah, we were, believe me, we didn't know we captured that until we got home and we were reviewing evidence. And then I was floored, first of all. I was like, what is this? And then just to know the next clip that we're gonna show you guys, we were sitting there just talking during this investigation, and holy shit, it sounds like something is stomping on the roof of the building. And Katie, I text you, I was like, what is there an attic? Like, what is going on? Like, where could this be coming from? Because it was so loud. So Eric, if you want to play this one, this I still can't explain it. Mm-mm.
Early 1900s for this. It says, the sleepy or fixed eye style often point to pre-1940s. Open mouth, invisible teeth.
Right in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, can we see?
Something on the road.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm telling you, the look on my face, if you zoom in on that, I'm like, well, what is that? And it was like, it was trying to get our attention. Like, shut up now. You have to pay attention to me. I'm here. Like, it was creepy as shit. So my question to you was, have you ever heard anything like that being in the store before?
Okay, not in the store, but there's a story I've recently heard about someone who may or may not be on the sheriff's department. Years ago, I guess was sitting down at the Moon Valley access down there,
Mhm.
and some winged creature had flown like a cryptid of some sort had flown off a bluff and came down and slammed on his hood, and the power had all gone out on his car, and it was like stuck there at the moment, and it like almost like bounced off it and flew back up on another bluff. And a friend of mine, I guess, had been there. It was who he called to come get him because he lived back there at the time. And I guess when he got there, he said the deputy's legs were on both sides of the steering wheel, and he was dipped back in the seat holding a shotgun, just absolutely terrified. So, I mean, there's some weird stuff for sure.
I totally believe that story, and I got goosebumps when you said that because that's what it sounded like. It sounded like something landed on that fucking roof and was like, like walking across that roof. And then to think back now that we were just sitting in there, holy shit, no, thank you. No, thank you. That I
Yeah,
could. We took a break earlier in the night, and Eric were standing out on the porch, and we heard whistling. We were like, "Where the hell is that coming from? Where? Who is whistling?" And I'm like, thinking back now, no.
yeah.
No, ma'am.
Hmm.
Wow. One of the most interesting investigations ever for PPC, and to know that we caught some of that is just wild to me. Yeah, thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good times.
Thank you, Katie. And our friends were like, "Oh, we have to book this and we have to go and check it out." And I want to say that, going into the investigation this time, we did not expect any of that. We did not 100% did not expect any of that because the first time it was kind of, we caught some things, but it wasn't crazy like that. So I don't want people to think that just because they go, right, or if they get a chance to go, that it would happen to them. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. I just, yeah. I kind of want to switch a little bit. Um, so in the chat they were talking about the school of metaphysics, and if you guys follow Windyville, you know that Cassidy was killed down the road right from the store there. We did not go down there to that site, and I don't really want the focus to be on what happened there. But Katie, since you're there, you know that some of that has some ties to the area, right? Just in general, not just because the store is there, right? Like those people traveled up and down that road every day, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And you knew all of these folks, right?
Well, I know Phelps had been in the store. He signed our guest book
Oh,
in the store, and he put his address in there. And instead of spelling it correctly, he spelled it Valley like lie, Vallie,
oh,
instead of Valley on his address. So, I mean, that was pretty creepy. That he had for sure been in there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and I mean, and there's more, and they're still around, and it's interesting.
hmm.
People should definitely look
Yeah.
into it.
I agree 100%. If you haven't heard of her story, please do. And we have respect for the family. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want that focus to be her on just on her. But I kind of feel like just that area had in general had something to do with what had happened to her and those
Mhm.
folks. So do your history, people. do your history. I know a lot of people in this chat have looked up that it's got some dark.
Ritualistic stuff, yeah.
Yes. Yes. I saw someone said that people were doing some occult activities down that road. Um, and I 100%
Well, yeah. There's a big
I,
one down the road.
yeah. So beyond the store and the lodging, um, what other events and activities do you host? Like you said you will let the investigators in, but you also will you rent the store out for someone if they wanted to do like a family gathering or something like
Oh,
that?
yeah. Yeah, and like my older boy, he got married down there. There's been a couple people that have wanted to get married, um and so I mean we'll accommodate whatever. We want people to enjoy it and use it. We just want to make sure it's taken care of. It's just a sentimental property
Sure.
to us, and my dad helped a lot
Absolutely.
on it before he passed, so it's kind of the last big
Yeah.
project he did, so it's special to us.
Well, sure. Absolutely. Okay. Well, good deal. And then, what do you like? I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, like what your future plans are for it. You said down the road after your kiddo gets older, um, maybe more focused on the paranormal. Then, um, I at one time, like, was it maybe 10 years ago? It was like massive, like everywhere you looked, right? People were talking about Wendyville, and I don't know if it's just because of like okay, well, I will say this for us. For example, like when we pulled up, like almost drove by it because it was like boom right there off the highway. And then there's like nothing else around, like the house. Who's in that red house across the street, by the way? Anyone? Do they do anything there?
No, well, the lady that lives right across the street, she owns that, but that used to be another store at one time, and then I believe when she was the postmaster, she ran the post office out of there when she did it after the big store closed at
Oh,
the
okay.
end.
Okay. Okay.
But I think
She
it's
still
just a
has the
family property now for storage, and then there's
gotcha.
another house, and then the next one is what's left of the old school that had burned down. There's not much left. It's just a little brick building now.
Gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say a lot of the videos that I saw, they thought that that little red house was the cannery, and I'm like, oh no, the cannery is behind the
Yeah,
general
the
store there.
cannery is going to be coming down. I mean, if anybody wants to see the cannery, I would say they're probably going to want to do that this summer or fall, because um, it it wasn't safe. We were going to save it, and long story short, we've recycled a bunch of the material off of it, but the rest of it's going to be coming down. So, photos and stuff like that. This will probably be the last year for photos for the cannery.
All right, folks, you heard it. If you want to see the cannery, you're going to have to get there. I was going to say, even in the last 3 years, from the first time we were there to this last time, you could tell more of the roof was gone, and there was
Hmm.
more daylight coming in than there was last time. But you have to get that buggy out of there. You have to get you have to save
Yeah,
that
we're gonna
buggy.
get the buggy. We've taken all the pulleys. We took the big wash tubs, and we're reusing everything. And I mean, we always have a project. We're always doing something. So, I mean, my older boys, we used the big beam from it in my daughter-in-law's bar, and she got the electrician and wired up
Nice.
lights to it. So, I mean, it's
Oh,
still
that's
gonna be
awesome.
loved. We're big believers on that.
Awesome. I love that. Good. And Katie was nice enough when we were there last time. She let me take one of the little what do you like the tomatoes they put the tomatoes in.
Great.
The little crates. Yes, I have one of those crates.
Yeah,
So
right on.
yes. So I have one of
Yeah.
those. Eric was like, "What the hell are you doing? You really want to take something from there and bring it home?" And I was like, "We can stay on the porch. It's fine."
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
So
It's like 120 years old. It's pretty cool.
yes, it's a nice decorative piece. I love it out there. So it's good. Yeah, Rochelle says save the buggy. She's gonna save the buggy. So absolutely. We got a picture of her sitting in the buggy when we were there last time. It's very cool, very cool. So, has there ever been anything there's he's showing the buggy. Very nice. That was the first when you get there, it just draws you over and you're like, "Holy shit, is that real?" I have to know, Katie, real quick. Where did that buggy come from?
My mom and dad got that for me when I bought Windyville, and
Nice.
just like as a gift, they found it somewhere, and it was in the store, and then some friends of mine gave us the black and red one that's in there now. And so we ended up leaving the black and red one because it was a little more sturdy for photo ops for kids and stuff to be on.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to get rid of the other one, so I just stored it down there because it kept it out of the weather until we took the roof off. And so
Sure.
I'm going to move it back up and take it back to Mom's, I think, and let her plant flowers in it or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. I like that. So, out of all of the teams that have come there and all of the piece of evidence that has been presented to you and found, do you have a favorite? Like a favorite
I like
over the years?
probably the song one. And then Unknown Paranormal did a really good one too. I don't know if you've seen their video, where they were getting the flashlights to answer questions. And that was really cool to see. So I would say those are my top 2 favorite of all time.
Top 2 favorites. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to go in there and get like a full body, apparition walking over. Or Billy climbing off that shelf and coming over. I'm not gonna lie. After that roof, like the walking on the roof, we were like, okay, it's time to go. Let's go ahead and pack her up because we don't know what's out there. But we had full intentions of sleeping there until that. So just so you know.
I'm telling you, I've had people run out. I had a guy leave his wife there in the middle of the night one time, and she called me and she's like, he left me and here and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, I mean, you'll be all right till morning, but he'll probably come back when the sun comes up. I don't know, man. Super sorry like that you married someone like that. But
you're on your own, ma'am. You might as well turn the lights on and sit there.
You'll be okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're gonna be fine.
That's funny. So,
but I mean, I find that funny that a grown man would run out, be that terrified to leave his wife there and not remember like to get her too. So I don't know. I think it's funny.
How do you leave your wife there? You'd be like, I'm out. You're on your own, deuces.
Yeah.
I would kick
I mean, that's why we had to do the T-shirt promo that we had started back in the day, because I would come there to cook breakfast and nobody'd be there because they'd left the night before. They got so scared. And so we started it as a joke, like, hey, if you actually make it through the whole night, you can have a free T-shirt. And then, it kind of just spiraled from there.
I have one of those. I survived Wendyville with the hands on it. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I did the first time. We didn't make it the whole night the second time. But that still counts, right? We stayed until the sun came up the first time.
Yeah, that counts.
Active that night. It wasn't as active that night. That's all I have to say. Conspiracy archives.
There's been a time or two I've packed my stuff and left and been like, nope, not this weekend, guys. We're going home. Mm-mm. We'll try a different time when y'all don't want to mess with me.
That's the thing. I was going to say, you said that you go down there and you stay sometimes by yourself, right? Just to kind of have a night away, some quiet. And I'm like, Katie, how do you do that? Like, you don't hear what's going on? Do you put earbuds in and say, I got to get some sleep? Like, how the hell do you do it?
Well, those AC units in the room have that hum to them. And I don't know, you turn those on, and if you really don't want anything to bother you, you will go to sleep. So you just go to sleep.
So that's the thing, though. I feel like inside it was fine. It's like that was outside was not so fine. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
yeah.
What's outside want to get inside? Like, because
I would advise going outside, period, at night down there. I don't think that's a very good idea for anybody to be doing.
Yeah, I told the team that's what you said after I talked to you, and I'm like, oh, it would have been. Should have heeded that advice from the get-go. Like, stay inside and lock the door. Don't go outside afterwards, because that's the thing too. Like, we were sitting there, out in the open in the store part, and it sounded like someone came up and like palmed the window, like bang, bang, bang on the window. I look up there and there is nothing there. I'm like, what the hell was that? Hard enough that it vibrated the floor in the store. And we're like, is that like someone trying to play a joke on us, be funny, and that's when we were like, okay, it's time to go outside. And that's what we showed you in the clip. It's time to go outside and see what the hell's going on. But nobody out there. Well, that we could see. But really, they were there. They were on the damn roof, just waiting. It was waiting on the roof. No,
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. It's nuts. Um, so you have a couple, I think a couple, well, at least one team. Show Me Something Spooky and Northern Utah Paranormal. They have booked and they're coming in the next couple of weeks. I don't remember if it's this weekend or next weekend, but they're coming out, and I'm just curious to see what kind of activity they get um there at the store. And I just wonder if it'll be quiet night or if it'll be. Do you think it's quieter in the summer, or if it's more active, or do you think there's a season?
No, I don't think there's a season per se. I mean, I've stayed there all seasons, and I mean, I've been scared in all seasons, and I've been fine in all seasons. Sometimes it's fine and you don't hear anything, and it's as peaceful as it can be, and it can be that way for a long time, like a couple months. And I mean, you might not hear anything, and then there's other times where you can just, it's almost like when you walk in, the energy is just there and you can just feel it, and it's just like game on as soon as you walk
Hmm.
in.
Hmm. I will say I noticed a complete difference between daytime and nighttime there, right? When you walk in the daytime,
Mhm.
it's got like this peaceful, like friendly, happy atmosphere. Nighttime, no, not so much. It's like, um, why are you still here? You don't belong here, and it's time for you to go. So I'm gonna do
The
everything
night
I can
ones
to get
will
to the
mess
hell out
with
of
you more than the day ones will. The night ones, like right after you guys were there and you got the woman with the singing, it was like the next weekend I stayed down there, and it was whistling. Something was
here.
whistling a tune. And there weren't any TVs on, there weren't any radios, there was nothing. I mean, and I was just sitting in on the couch in the store by myself out there
Mm-hmm.
just hanging out, and I could hear it from the bedroom, and I was like heck, I'm going in there to see what it is. No, that's how bad movies start. No, ma'am, we'll just sit right here. So that's what we did.
I think that there's multiple spirits there too. It's not just, you know what I mean? Like it's multiple, and they like, I think you're right. I think they like to mess with you, right? They like to see what kind of reaction that you're going to get when they pull their
Mhm.
antics. And I really truly am like that doll that you bought. I don't know if he has something to do with it or not, but that damn thing. So if you guys don't know, she has a doll that she bought on eBay, and he sits on the top shelf up there, and he is creepy as shit. And we decided this last time to get him down and see if anything would happen. And well, I'm telling you what, after we got him down is when the activity started too. So I don't know if he had a hand in that. There he is. Creepy little shit. Look, see? We gave him M&Ms and had toys. Mhm. Yeah, look at that. When you want that. I was like, "Katie, where the hell did you get that thing?" Did you
eBay,
eBay
man. Yeah,
for
and that's
real?
the
Like,
one that the lady made me. She didn't mail it after I bought it, and I finally had to message her, and she was like, "Well, you didn't sign the contract." I'm like, "What?" And so I'm like, "Well, I paid for it." So, anyways, long story short, I had to sign this contract saying that under no circumstances would I ever untie that thing from the chair before she would mail it to me. So I did, sent it back. She mailed it, and when it showed up, there was a picture with it. I've got it somewhere at the house, and it's of a little girl that looks to be about 4 or 5 years old, probably, but I'm pretty sure it's a post-mortem picture. And it came with a rabbit's foot, but the little girl in the photo is wearing that dress that's on that doll. That's the
no.
exact same dress that's in the photo, and it's an old photo. It is weird and it is creepy, and
Mhm.
yeah. And then
Mhm.
one of my
And you're over
older
here like,
son's friends decided to untie it. So, I mean, that's probably what broke all hell loose down
"Ah,
there.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Probably.
yeah, yeah, yeah." That would make sense. Yeah, we lost, some of our equipment there in the its lap, and I wasn't gonna touch it, so we made Rochelle dig in its crotch to to
But
get her. And it only had, like, was that the it had one leg or it was missing? Yeah, poor thing. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm not
well,
touching it. Mm-mm.
I may have had an ex that was really afraid of dolls too, and he made me mad. And I thought that'd be funny as hell to make him have to stare at that thing every time he came down. So that's part of why I got it too.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, now it makes perfect sense. I
Mission
understand now because I'm
accomplished.
like, hell yeah, you did. I would buy that. Oh yeah, no, I bless its heart. Yeah. Yeah. So go to Windyville.
Check it out. Good times.
Have an excellent time. No, Katie and I were talking beforehand. She
Mhm.
is open to paranormal groups coming out, but if she doesn't, if you want to get in there and book it, reach out to her. If she doesn't answer right away, it's not that she's ignoring you. It's just that she has quite a bit going on. But she will get back to you, and you guys can work out, something that a date for you to come out. Um, but
Yeah.
definitely, she's that building means a lot to her, so she wants to protect it, even even if it's haunted and creepy as shit. She's gonna
Right.
protect it because she's put so much love into it. So, where can they find you? Do you do much with your Facebook page anymore, or would you rather them reach out to you directly?
Um, yeah, it's better to just message on there. Honestly, it's because
Okay.
it's in writing that way, and we
Okay.
do log in and see it. And as soon as we have dates open up, we'll message you back. And we've got a couple groups coming right now. Once we get through those, we'll open up a few more dates for people and get people booked in there.
Fantastic. Okay. And that's on their Facebook page. It's the Windyville General Store and Cannery. So
Yeah,
just if you're interested, message her, get with her, and you guys can work out details about
yeah,
what would work best for you. Katie, thank you for coming on.
no
Thank you
problem.
for sharing your story with us, and thank you for bringing the general store back to life. I mean, if you hadn't done what you did, I'm sure it probably would have fallen in by now. So,
Thanks.
we thank you, and we are coming
Thank
back too,
you.
by the way, because we have
Yeah,
to.
definitely.
We have to. We've been talking about when we're gonna come back. So we're gonna pick a date and we're gonna come back, and hopefully we make it all night. But I'm telling you right now, if there's stomping on the roof again, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'll teach you a trick for that sometime. All right. You guys have fun. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you, Katie. We'll be in touch. Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I did want to make one more announcement before I get off here for the night. We love Katie. She's so much fun. If you ever get a chance to go to the general store, please do. She will tell you some wild stories. She's got quite a few being from that area. I did want to say, be watching our socials because the ESP paranormal couple have been offered an opportunity and asked us to join them with that, and we're happy to do so. So in September, we're going to share very soon what's coming. And if you don't follow ESP Paranormal Couple, please do follow Patriot so you can have first dibs on something that's coming up that has not been out there before. So, all right, guys, I hope everyone had a good night. I hope everyone enjoyed talking to Katie, and I hope you enjoyed our evidence from Windyville General Store. And like I said, if you haven't gone, please do. Please get a hold of her and go book it. It is a crazy, crazy location with a ton of history. So, with that, everyone, have a good night. Thanks for joining, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.